Welcome to Fat Bastard Garage, where today we're going to be having a look at my friend's guitar, Carl. It's a Squier Stratocaster, under the Fender brand, but it is Squier. He's brought this over from America, and it's got a couple of strings missing, so we're going to do the same as what we did in my last one with the acoustic. We're going to clean it up, fix up the fretboard, check everything, restring it, and just make sure that everything's working all right, and see if we can't get him a good playing guitar. So I've got a serial number here. As you can see, it's crafted in Indonesia. You can look these up on a website, and I'll put pictures up now of the website. I'm not quite sure what the SN means, but the IC means it's Indonesia, and it was made in a Court factory, which, funnily enough, is the same factory that made my acoustic guitar. But when I punch in that number, I can't find any information whatsoever. If anyone knows anything out there about these numbers, yeah. So that could be made in 2000 or 2005. I'm not quite sure. See here, it's a bolt-on neck. And that's not a bad neck, actually. Quite nice. So we'll loosen the tuners on the strings that are on here, and take the strings off. That one doesn't fit so well. These tuners actually feel pretty good. Now, with this style of Strat, you do have to take this off to get the strings out. So, this backing plate, it covers up your springs for your whammy bar, and it's just a lot easier to have this off to get your strings in and out. Don't lose the screws. If you can see there, I've already taken some out, but there's the ball ends on the screws, so we want those out. So that's your block there. So when you've got a whammy bar, it moves that block by the springs. And that's how you get your whammy sounds. So, like the other guitars that I'm currently doing up, got some warm soapy water, and we're just going to clean everything we can with the sponge, just to make it nice and clean. And wipe it down with a dry cloth after. And we're going to use the scratchy end here with the water on the fretboard to clean that up. See a little bit of dirt on there. bit of water on there. So I've cleaned it up. I haven't oiled the fretboard yet. We're just going to do some simple maintenance on this. The first thing I notice is the output jack, or input, depends on which way you look at it, is loose. So I'll take those two screws out and we should be able to tighten it up. There's a little nut on the front there, and we'll tighten that up. So there's a nut on the front and there's another little one there, and that's why it's loose. So what we'll do is we'll hold on to one of these and tighten the other one up, and that'll give us better contact. And then what I'll do is I'll chuck it on the amp and just see what goes on. So that's all tightened up now. No movement. Just using a little ring spanner, which I think, oh god, I can't even read that, but yeah, one that fits. There we go. So we're going to plug it into this old amp. It's a crap name, but this was trash picked and fixed up by myself. There's a video that I'll link to that one, just redoing this. Yeah, and we'll test out the pickups in it and make sure nothing's scratchy in the pots and stuff like that. No scratchy noises. You can hear that one. You can hear that one. And you can hear that one. Now this has got 3 pickups and it's a 5-way switch here. So in this position, that pickup is the only one that plays. In the next position, these two play together. Middle one, that one plays by itself. Next one, these two play by itself. In the last position, that one plays. So it's your 5-way switch, volume and 2-tone controls. But everything seems to be working fine. So that's good, you can hear it. Yep. And volume up. Oh. Yeah, so that's all good. Everything's working fine. We shouldn't have any problems. So I'm going to oil up the fretboard. And I'll make a disclaimer. I'm using olive oil. Again, a luthier would not recommend to use olive oil, but it's what's around the house. And yeah, you could use any sort of oil, you just don't drown it. I'd like to make the disclaimer that I am not a luthier, and I probably never will be, but this is just simple basic maintenance, again, like the acoustic guitar, if you've watched that one, for people that they can do it themselves at home, and it doesn't cost a fortune. I mean, if you've got bigger troubles than what you think you can handle, yes, take it to your guitar shop. Look at the difference in that from there to there. Yeah, take it to your guitar shop and get them to look at it. But if you think you can do this sort of stuff yourself, you're probably going to save yourself a lot of money. And not to do luthiers out of business, because I've had to go to luthiers myself. But yeah, this just to help yourselves out. So it's time to restring it. The body on this is really good. It's got no chips, cracks or anything like that. The paintwork's good on it. You can, if you want to, just use car polish on these to clean them up. Yeah, no different to your car. If it was faded, you could sort of bring it back with some car polish. Obviously, don't get real gritty stuff. You want polish, not a buffing compound or anything like, well, you know what I mean, just normal polish, nothing gritty. But yeah, if you take your time, and I'll show you that in later episodes of different guitars that I shall be doing. So now we're going to restring it, and I'll show you an easy way to check the straightness of your neck, and a couple of other little tips. And I've got to turn it over and feed the strings through the back, through those holes just there, through the back. That's your tremolo block, which is what your whammy bar is attached to. I don't believe this guitar has a whammy bar, but yeah, you push your strings through there, they come out the other side. I'll do that because I can't do it and film it at the same time. I'm going to be using these strings, which Carl had with the guitar. I've never heard of them. They've come from America. Plain steel ball end and dynamite alloy. I've never heard of them. GHS strings. But yeah, we're going to string it up with those. So there you can see I've already done one. Put it through the hole and let the ball end go all the way through. It won't fall through. So do all those and then turn the guitar over to string it up. Thread those through, putting the screws back in this back plate. Just make sure you don't force the screws. Don't try and tighten them up too much, because that means that you'll have to, you'll just have trouble. It's like anything, don't screw too hard. There's a lesson for new players. I'll put them in with the guitar facing upside down. They're all in the wrong spot. I've got them back to front. So I've got to take the plate out, take the strings out. This thick one's supposed to be up here. All tuned up. I'm going to stretch the strings and retune it. But the other thing you can do to check how straight your neck is, instead of buying a notched steel ruler, is to press down on the first fret, press down on one of the top frets, and then stretch your thumb over and see how much distance there is till it touches in the middle. And that will give you a rough indication of whether the truss rod, which is up in here, needs adjusting. And they're adjusted with an Allen key, and it's normally about 4mm. This neck is actually pretty good, so I'm not going to touch it. The other thing you can do is, when you're tuning it, it's out of tune now already. If you want to know about intonation, intonation is getting the guitar perfect all the way along the neck. So if you have an E here to start with, and then go up here, that can either be sharp or flat. It just all depends on your tuner. to show you that. Now the rule of thumb is, and I'll just take you down here, these screws in here adjust your intonation up and down. So if that was flat, the easiest thing to remember is if it's flat, it needs to go forward. So you screw that in and your block there would go forward. If it was sharp, your block would come back. This is actually set up pretty well. So I'm happy with what it is at the moment. But the guitar is still, I'm still stretching the strings. So yeah, if it's flat, it goes forward. If it's sharp, it goes back. You can also adjust your height with these as well. There is tiny little Allen screws here. And what you want is, these necks all have a radius, a curve, like that. So your strings should follow your curve by rights. And you can adjust that curve by these little Allen keys just in here. I don't have one that fits, so I'm not going to do anything like that at the moment. Don't adjust them down too low. When you play your strings, like these pickups are all set pretty well for height as well. When you play your string, it doesn't go up and down, it doesn't go side to side, it goes in a circle. Alright, so that circle, you've got to make sure that that circle doesn't come too close to your pickups. Now what they do here is, this pickup is normally the highest, closest to your strings, because there's not much vibration down this end. This one's down a little bit lower, and this one's down a little bit lower, and they also lean. So they're closer on the high side than what they are on the low side. Just because there's more vibration there than there, and these are smaller strings, so you don't get the same amount of vibration. So generally, and you can adjust them with these screws here, up and down, but generally this is set up pretty well. I like the way it is at the moment, so I'm not going to touch anything. But yeah, so now we'll give it a try. I haven't played an electric guitar in years. I'm not much of a guitar player anyway, but yeah, we'll check it out. This is the difference in the pickups. So at the moment we're on the back one. Yep, so I can't even play that right. Switch, we're on these two. Switch, we're on that one. You can definitely tell the difference. Switch, we're on these two. Warmer tone. And the last one we're on the neck pickup. I don't know, I think this thing needs a bigger belly cut. Can't keep the bloody thing upright. Twang. I'm really sitting in an awkward spot at the moment. I really can't play that well. And I don't have a guitar strap. And it's gone out of tune again already. But anyway, we'll give it a day to settle down, and Carl should be pretty happy with that. Alright folks, that's all from the fat bastard. Hooroo! Oops. Oh God, I'm bad. Yep, alright, I'll put it away. See you folks. Bye.